If you're worried about face sweat ruining your makeup this summer, I've got the fix. I've been a pro makeup artist for over 10 years, working on everything from performers to commercial photo shoots. Today, I'm gonna give you the pro solution on how to stop sweat before it starts and get your makeup to last all day, even in 90-degree heat. I'm already sweating. Okay, before I get into sweat control, I wanna talk about the difference between sweat and oil. Oil is produced by sebaceous glands, and it's often controlled with mattifying, oil-controlling products. Oil is actually pretty thick and can actually work with some glowy makeup products. Now, on the other hand, sweat is water and salt, and this tends to just push product off the face entirely. It's a lot thinner and it dilutes and breaks down the bonding agents in your makeup. So makeup a lot of times doesn't even stand a chance against sweat. Now, you may have an oil control problem, or you have a sweat problem, or you could have sweat and an oil problem. But today I'm going to talk about how to control sweat specifically, whether you're oily or not. Now, you may have experienced some of these common issues with your makeup when you start to sweat. Number one, you might have creasing around your eyes or your mouth. Number two, this is so common, your foundation or concealer is going to start to separate around your nose or maybe your hairline. Number three, maybe you've experienced oxidation where your makeup starts to turn orange due to the excess moisture or sweat. So what can we do about sweat? The pro solution is to stop the sweat before it starts, and that is by using a facial antiperspirant. Facial antiperspirants are products that are designed to block sweat glands on your face, preventing any sweat from forming. They work really similarly to your underarm antiperspirant, but it's a lot gentler on your face. I want to make it clear that this is not just a deodorant. Deodorants are designed to control odor, whereas antiperspirants are designed to block sweat glands. They actually form a little plug in your sweat duct that prevents any sweat from escaping onto the surface of your skin. Now, underarm antiperspirants or clinical strength deodorants are way too strong to be used on the face. They can cause a lot of irritation, and I definitely would not recommend this. Facial specific antiperspirants have been tested on the face and are specifically designed for sensitive skin. Some of the active ingredients that you can look for are aluminum chlorohydrate, which is actually found in this professional grade product by Alcone called Stop the Sweat. And aluminum chloride is a little bit more effective, a little bit stronger of an antiperspirant. So if you're a heavy sweater or if you're really worried about sweat, I would definitely choose a product that has aluminum chlorohydrate. If you're looking for something a little bit more gentle, aluminum zirconium is a great option. So you'll definitely have results and block sweat, but it's going to be a more gentle formula. Products that don't have aluminum in them are not antiperspirants. So if there's no aluminum in it, then it's not going to stop the sweat before it starts. In order to have success with a facial antiperspirant, there's basically 4 steps that you need to follow. Number one, you want to start with clean, dry skin. So no primer, no moisturizer. Just use your regular facial cleanser, rinse it off, and pat your face dry. You want to make sure that the facial antiperspirant is applied directly to your skin without anything in between. Number two, apply facial antiperspirant in a thin, even layer and focus on the areas where you sweat the most, such as the upper lip, the forehead, and your nose. Number three, you want the facial antiperspirant to completely dry down and set before you apply any skincare or primer. If you apply skincare or makeup too soon, then you're gonna compromise the facial antiperspirant and sweat's gonna start to form anyway. So make sure you give yourself at least 5 minutes in order for the antiperspirant to start working. And number four, avoid any heavy creams or oils on top of the facial antiperspirant. You don't want to cancel out the antiperspirant, so choose a lightweight moisturizer or SPF and use a thin, light layer. This will ensure that your antiperspirant doesn't start to break down. After you've used a little bit of moisturizer or SPF, you can go in with your primer and makeup. And again, I'd probably use a minimal amount of primer and only use it in areas where I specifically need oil control. Here are some of my favorite facial antiperspirants that you could try at home. The professional product that I keep in my kit is Alcone Stop the Sweat, and this uses aluminum chlorohydrate. So it's definitely a little bit stronger product, but very effective. And in order to apply this, I use a cotton pad. Get some of the product onto the cotton pad and apply by patting the product into my skin. This definitely has a drying effect on the face, so don't be surprised when you feel like your skin is a little bit on the dry side. Another one of my favorites is Neat 3B Face Saver Gel. This one's a little more easily accessible and also uses aluminum zirconium, so it's gonna be a more gentle option than Stop the Sweat. This also has a super easy application. You can just squeeze out the gel and apply directly to your face. Make sure you use a thin layer, you don't need a lot to get results. Another product that I really like, especially for on the go, are Sweat Block face wipes, just because they're so easy to travel with and throw in your bag. These use aluminum chlorohydrate, so it is going to be a little bit of a stronger formula. These come as a wipe, so it's super easy to apply. You just press the wipe into your skin. Make sure you don't do any rubbing because you'll get irritation. And they also say that for best results, use these actually on clean, dry skin at night before you go to bed. And this will allow the antiperspirant to form. Basically create a plug in your sweat duct to prevent sweat from forming. Now, if you're allergic to aluminum or you don't want to use any type of aluminum salt on your face, there is another option, and that is to use a sweat absorber. Sweat absorbers won't stop the sweat before it starts, but it will help absorb sweat that's already formed. It will help soak up the sweat and keep your makeup on longer. A great example of this is Carpe Sweat Absorbing Lotion. It's specifically designed for the face. It has ingredients like silica and other powders that are going to absorb the sweat and the moisture and keep your makeup on longer. It's definitely not as effective as using a product with aluminum, a true facial antiperspirant, but it is a great alternative. Some common mistakes that I see when people use facial antiperspirants: number one, not doing a patch test. You want to make sure that each product that you try out, whether it's an antiperspirant or not, is compatible with your skin. So if you have a big event coming up, don't use this for the first time on the day of your event. Make sure that you test it out well in advance of your event to make sure that you don't have any irritation or sensitivity and that the product actually works for you. Number two, overusing the product. Facial antiperspirants aren't necessarily designed for everyday use, especially ones with aluminum chlorohydrate. Make sure you use them sparingly, only when you really need it. For big events like your wedding or a performance or a summer concert that you're excited to go to, not necessarily for everyday going to the grocery store. Or if you are worried or have sensitivity, make sure you consult your dermatologist before trying this or any new product. And also use it only in the areas that you really need sweat control, perhaps your upper lip or your nose or your forehead. If you're not sweating on the sides of your cheeks, there's no need to apply facial antiperspirant out here. And number three, messing it up with skincare. A lot of people I see apply skincare first or SPF first and then apply the facial antiperspirant. The facial antiperspirant is not going to give you the best result that it can. And that's because you need to apply it to clean, dry skin in order for the antiperspirant to create a plug in your sweat duct. If you're applying skincare first, then you're gonna compromise how well the antiperspirant can work. You may have sweat forming more quickly. Or you do apply the facial antiperspirant first, but you don't leave enough of a window in order for the antiperspirant to dry and set. So you go in with skincare and makeup too quickly after applying this. Make sure that you give at least 5 minutes in order for it to dry down, or in the case of these sweat block wipes, maybe even apply the night before for best results. By the way, this isn't just for people who wear makeup. This can be for anyone who wants to control sweat on their face. So please send this video to someone who has a big event coming up this summer that needs to prevent sweat on their face. Using facial antiperspirants can be a game changer because not only can it make your makeup last longer, but it also can just relieve stress and you can enjoy your event sweat-free. But like all beauty hacks, the results come from how you use it and not just what you use. So follow these steps and I guarantee that you will have success using a facial antiperspirant and stopping the sweat before it starts. If you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so I can share more pro beauty secrets with you. Thanks for watching.